on behalf of SAKEC for 2 weeks online internship program on demystifying IoT security for digital world. I hope that during this pandemic time, you and your family are safe, and I also like to thanks to all participants for your overwhelming response for this online internship program. So guys, before starting with this today's session, I just would like to draw your attention to bit towards how IoT is trying to revolutionize the world. IoT is creating a giant network where all the devices are connected to each other and providing them with the capability to interact each other without any human intervention. So as per the studies or the expert says that according to the Carter report, by the end of 2021, connection or devices or the connected devices across all the technology will reach up to the 20 million. And as per the Cisco report, IoT will generate $14.4 trillion value across all industry in the next decade. So from this, definitely we can uh, comes to know that how IoT has grown or how it has gained the popularity in short period. Obviously, it will be a booming technology for our future decade. So this is just a small means about the brief introduction what I had said about an IoT. So IoT, what I can say that in our daily life also the IoT application has become very important aspect. Just like in our home appliances also, we are using the concept of IoT. That can be a smart TV, that can be a smart AC, smart refrigerator, microwave. All these are the things that we are using or experiencing the concepts of IoT. So another thing just I want to focus that IoT is not a single technology. Obviously, IoT is the combination of various technology where we have the embedded systems. Embedded systems are nothing but a kind of the various electronic devices that has been used for processing the data, whatever we are collecting. Then we have our cloud computing. Cloud computing is required for storing our data onto the cloud storage. Then we have the big data because the data is in the so huge amount. It obviously into the billions and trillions terabyte data. So so obviously such kind of the data we require the cloud storage. So for that again, for managing that data, we have for security purpose, we have encryption decryption algorithms we required, and again for retrieving the data from the cloud and again uploading the data to the cloud, we required the machine learning. The concept of machine learning, that is AI and machine learning, comes into the picture. Then we have the networking, which is the most important aspects, because the networking is the major uh, what we can say, it is the major thing that major factor that has been connecting devices, okay, end-to-end devices with each other with the help of the internet. And obviously it requires a protocol of the prescribed format. See guys, this session is just for the beginners, those who don't have any idea. The basic things I am means basic things that has been required for the IoT, or what are the basic concepts of IoT, which are the topics I am covering in this session. So he will get an exactly what the outcome is, that he will come to know what exactly IoT it is and what are its what are its main components and architecture. So such kind of the means he will become means he will be aware of that about this technology. So it starts with the concept of IoT, then it will, I am just considering the history from where does it came from where does this term establish. Then we will move to the how IoT works, then what are the components that has been required for the IoTs. Then next we are going to see its architecture, what kind of the architecture does IoT has. Then we have the advantage and disadvantages. Then we have the embedded devices also, because embedded devices are the basic devices, electronic devices, or the components that has been required, okay, for the performing various operations. And lastly, where the IoT it has been used, that is the where applications. There are a lot of many applications nowadays, the where the IoT uh, concepts are using. So these are the topics that we are covering in our today's session. So beginning with the IoT. So now you people are very much aware about this term IoT. So the full form of this is called as Internet of Things, where the internet plays a very important factor for connecting the devices. Obviously, and that devices or the connection of the devices that can be wired or can be a wireless also. So that's why it has been it is called as the system of an interconnected devices. That has been why we required is interconnected because of to collect the data from the surrounding environments and enable increase reactivity and the responsiveness, so that we can that will help us to make better and more informed decision. Means what, why we are collecting this data, why it has been required, so that the data can be means so that the device can be interacted without any human interaction. The small example I am taking that means the data, what we do means, if suppose we are collecting the data, but what is the need for why we are collecting that data? Obviously that data what we are collecting or what it has been get analyzed, so that we can take the future decisions. Just take an example of smart watches, which is nothing but a small example of IoT application, where we all are aware. Means most of the people are using also the smartwatch. The main purpose of the smart watch is means what, it will able to monitor your there are certain functions that has been used to for the monitoring purposes. Means what, it will monitor your heart rate, it can monitor your physical activity, means it will track your physical activities also. Then it has the monitoring about the blood pressure also, or you can say it has the sleep monitoring. Means what, why we are collecting this data, so that we will come to know what kind of the activity or what kind of the uh, means our means whether we are in the normal track or if there is a change in our whatever the calculation जो भी हमारा जो whatever we are collecting, means this monitoring, if it goes abnormal, obviously it will gives an alert that something has been something uh, went wrong and we need to consult to the doctor. So these are for the decision making, so that we can come to know what kind of the means for the analysis purpose, and so that we can take our future action. So that's why the things has become very much easy with the help of the IoT. Means ये जो भी हमारा data रहेगा, whatever जो भी हम smart watches रहते हैं, all that data we can store that data, we can retrieve that data, so that we can analyze this, we can analyze and do and take our future decisions. So this is the main thing about the IoT. Means that's why the devices, it has been get connected with each other. Okay, so now coming to the definition of IoT. So the definition, as it says, that it's the nothing but the network of the physical objects or the peoples which are called as the things. So that's why the name it has been given Internet of Things. That means it has been get connected with the help of internet, that this thing the objects has been connected with each other. So that they and it has been embedded with what, with the software. I mean, it has been using, it has been the it has been merged with the way with the software, then the electronics, then we have the network and the sensors, which allow this object to collect and exchange data. Means what, we are making that object as a smart object. If suppose we have the sensors, we have the temperature sensors, so obviously वो क्या करता है, what is the main function of the temperature sensor? Obviously it will collect the temperature of जो भी live temperature है, obviously it will collect that temperature and it will store that data for the future analysis. कि last year में ये दिन पे ये तारीख पे अगर you want to any check कि क्या है, या फिर if you want to analyze that data for the previous 5 years data अगर पूरा analyze करना है कि how the temperature it has been get changed. So obviously, so the thing for that purpose the analysis is required, and for that's why we are collecting all this data to monitor monitor that data. So this is the thing, that is the, that's why it has been this is the physical objects, the people has been connected, and it has been used with the various other technologies. जैसे मैंने अभी बताया था in the starting only, in the IoT terminal is not a single technology, it's the combination of technology. So that the various objects will collect and exchange the data. So now next thing is the obviously it makes the it makes the everything virtually smart. जैसे मैंने बताया था कोई भी एक object रहेगा, take an example of your TV. If suppose it has with the sensors, with the help of that various sensors, it will collect that data, and as per that uh, it will make the changes. Same as the refrigerator also, it has the temperature sensors various. As per the requirement, it will change its temperature, and it will whatever the atmosphere as per that its environment, it will change its environment as per the requirement inside the जो भी inside उसका temperature रहेगा, it will adjust as per the requirement. So obviously it makes the everything it makes the objects smart, okay, by improving the aspects of our life with the power of data collection, AI algorithm and network. So again, these are the three things that comes into the picture. Just now मैंने बताया था in the starting only how this things it has been gone. Data collection is for what? For the analysis purpose. AI algorithm is for what? For retrieving the data, uploading, and for the security purposes. This artificial intelligence algorithms it has been used, and network plays a very important because for the communication between the devices. Okay, so that your refrigerator also it with the help we can operate through the mobile, we can set the temperature, then again the AC with the help of our mobile we can control our AC. So these are appliances we can control with the help of our mobile also. Okay, so these are the basic things on the basic concept of Internet of Things. So now moving further, we are going for the history. What is this history? Where this IoT terms came. So obviously it starts with the 1970, where the actual idea of connecting devices was proposed. Then it was in 1990 that the person whose name John Romkey, who has created the toaster which could be turned and on and off. Only the thing is it means where he has created where the toaster which that can be turned on and off over the internet with the help of the internet. Whereas in the 1995, the Siemens was the first company who introduced the first cellular module that has been built for M2M, that is a machine to machine. Where yes, in the 1999, the Internet of Things, which was used by the Kevin Anston. So please remember this, guys. This is the important aspect that who has introduced, or the main term is that is the Internet of Things. The term was used by Kevin Ashton during his work at P&G, which became widely accepted. Means he is the who is the main person behind the term of Internet of Things is the Kevin Ashton. So now in 2004, the term was mentioned in the famous publication like Guardian, Boston Globe and Scientific American. These are the various famous publications of the worldwide means technical publications in which this term it has been mentioned. Now in 2005, UN International Telecom Communication Union ITU published its first report on this topic. And in 2008, the Internet of Things was born. Exactly, the term was established in 1999, and in 2008, the Internet of Things it will means where the people comes to know and the things means how the means the things are started getting changes over the internet means जो है जो what I can say, it has been started from 2008. So from that it's never looking back, and you know that now IoT is what we can say is the future, and it's the booming technology right now. And in 2011, Gartner, the market research company, include the Internet of Things technology in their research. So the research work is also now it has been get started. Means what are its drawback? What are the challenges now the IoT is facing, or what is the further improvement it has been required, or which are the areas where all the means where more improvement has been required. So these are the points that shows the history of IoT. Now next is the important that how IoT works. So in this diagram, you people are able to see that how the devices it has been connected through the internet. Obviously, जो भी data रहेगा, obviously it has been get connected to the cloud also. Okay, so obviously जो भी data रहेगा, obviously it has been get stored, and with the help of internet, these devices are connected. So the entire process starts with the devices themselves, like the smartphones. We already know our mobile phones is also have the various sensors that you might have been experience in our day to day life. Mobiles में बहुत सारे temperature sensor होता है, आपका biometric sensors होता है, okay, for the help for the security purpose. So all these are the common examples. So obviously it has been devices like smartphone, then we have the smart watches. Just now I told you the example for what it has been used for monitoring and tracking our daily activities. Then we have the electronics appliances like TV, washing machine, which helps you to communicate with the IoT platform. So this is how the devices it has been get connected with the help of internet. So moving to the further though, now what it makes means the how the devices it has been get connected. And so for that IoT ke liye, what are the fundamental components of this system? So what are the components that has been required for this IoT? So the complete IoT system, here you can see that it integrates the four distinct components. Now what are those four components? Obviously the first one is your devices and the sensors. For what? To collect, for the collection of the data, right? The next one is your connectivity to the cloud. Obviously जो भी हम data collect करें, whatever the data we are collecting, we need to store somewhere. So obviously the data is into the huge, it's a data which is called as the big data. So obviously the data we need to store into the cloud, then we need to process that data. If suppose you want to output in a prescribed format, so obviously we need to process that data. And last one is your user interface, so through which we can where the data can be analyzed into the human oriented information. So such kind of means that where the user interface, that's the main role of their user interface. So now we are going to see one by one in detail. So these are the four components of IoT. So now first one, starting with the first one, which is the sensors or the devices. The sensors or the devices, what you can say here in the diagram, you can able to identify, or whether you can come to know that sensors or the devices collect the data from their environment. Means for example, our phone is a device which has a multiple sensors like GPS, we have the camera, then we have the motion, where the data is being collected, that has been based on the surroundings. As per the surroundings, obviously we know that the as per the environment, obviously the data will be get collected. Now next one is the connectivity to the cloud. Means whatever the collected data रहेगा, whatever the collected data, obviously the sensors or the devices can be connected to the cloud and store through a variety of methods that can be include your Bluetooth, that can be a Wi-Fi or the cellular. So depending on this, obviously the connectivity of the cloud or the connectivity can be get established, or the connection can get, what I can say that in this way we can do the connectivity. Now next one is your data processing. Now what is the data processing? Data processing means the software platform on the cloud data to get analyze or the compound data. Means example means what you can say that computing the temperature within an acceptable range. Means you need to analyze, means whatever the prescribed format में हमको अगर data चाहिए, so obviously suppose in terms of temperature if required, so obviously we need to in that prescribed format, obviously the data can be get analyzed and it has to be get processed. Now last one, which is the user interface. User interface means the analysis or the computed data is made useful to the end user via an alert. Means that nothing but an user interface, that is the alertness, that can be an email, that can be a text, or can be a notification. Alert message when the temperature is beyond the acceptable range. So that's the human means where you can say with the help of that GUI, you can able to interact with the data, and it will give us the alert or the notifications. So these are the four basic components that has been used in the IoT systems: sensors, connectivity or to the cloud, data processing means once the cloud it has been once the data it has been get collected, obviously we need to process that data in whatever in the prescribed format, whatever as per the user requirements. Obviously the data will be get processed, and with the help of the user interface we can whatever the analyzed data we require, so it will give give us that data. So these are the these about the components of an IoT. Now we'll move to the architecture of the IoT. What exactly? Obviously, each and every system has its own architecture. So obviously for IoT also it has an architecture. So here in the diagram where we are going to see the generalized model means this is a general model which is a fundamental, what I can say, fundamental model of IoT architecture, which has the three layers. This what I can say, or else it is the basic architecture, we can say that, which has the three layers. So this which are those three layers? It starts with the perception layer, then next one is your network layer, and third one is your application layer. Okay, so this is the basic, that's why I'm telling. In the next slide we are going to see if we add again two more layers, so obviously it becomes the 5-layer architecture. So we are going to discuss about this now. About that, first we are going to discuss about the 3-layer IoT architecture. So this architecture simplifies it down to 3 fundamental building blocks. The first one is your perception layer. Perception layer is nothing where we have the sensors and actuators and edge devices that interact with the environment. Means whatever जो data collection means data collections devices है, so that has been collecting the data through the surrounding of environment, so that devices are mostly it is in the perception layer. So obviously that will interact the environment, and whatever the data it has been get collected, obviously it will pass to the next layer, which is the network layer. Network layer, I told you, network plays an important role, because in this network layer we have we have certain protocols. So with the help of that protocols, we can communicate with the devices. Network layers again plays important role for the transmission of data. Whatever जो data उसने collect किया है from the sensors, so obviously it has to be transmitted to the destination. So उसका destination obviously moves to the application layer. So the network layer discovers, connect and translate the device or networks, and in coordination with the application layer. Obviously उसको data कहाँ से जो भी means it, that's why you can see in the diagram in the network layer it consists of routers and the gateways that will help to move the data as to the required devices, means so that, or for the required storage where that data we needs to move or to transform. So that's why network layer plays an important role, and it is in between your perception and the application layer. So the last layer, which is the third layer, here it is the application layer, where the data processing it has been data processing and storage with specialized services and functionality for the users. Just now I told अभी जो data collect हुआ है as it reaches to its destination, means जो भी servers है, cloud servers है, where the data it has been get stored with the specialized services, where the processing of the data it has been जो भी prescribed format में, जैसे अगर हम लोग temperature, so obviously it will be in the temperature of Celsius and Fahrenheit में होता है उसका storage. So as per that, then again if you're having any other data, so obviously it will store into that. If the sound data has, obviously it will store into the dB. So what is it seen? So as per that, it will obviously store the data and it will process the data. So these are all the basic 3 layers of our IoT architecture. Now moving further, this is this is a 5-layer architecture. If suppose if we add means whatever the data that we have seen is the 3-layer IoT architecture. If suppose if we add more 2-layer, so which was that means and why the necessity of these 2 layers that has been required? As we know that because of the continuous change in the IT environment, as I told that the technology as it is technology है means what it is being changing continuously day by day. जैसे improvements होता है उसमें whatever the improvements we are having, obviously the technology gets changed and updations will be get occur. So that's why with the continuous change in the IT environment, many organizations added 3 additional layer to their infrastructure, right? So which are those 3 layers that has been additional? The first one, that is the business layer. Next one is your security layer, and third one is the edge computing layer. So now what are the importance of this layer apart from these 3 basic layers what we have seen in the previous one? Perception, network, and application. So what the business layers it does, it manages the entire IoT systems, its functionality, applications, and business model. Means it derives the information and decision making analysis. Means whatever जो data रहेगा, it derive the informations and it has been mostly useful for the uh, decision making analysis from the data, what kind of the decisions, so that the further actions can be performed. So that is the main function of your business layer. Next one is the security layer. It's very important security layers where the concepts where it covers the concepts of all security, where the encryption and the decryption, so that is the major part. And again the more what I can say, it's a challenging part in IoT nowadays, because more and more concern is now with the security. So here the security layer covers all the aspects of protecting the whole IoT architecture, means where the actual encryption and the decryption of data with the help of various AI based, that is artificial intelligence based algorithms that can be used. Okay, so that is about the security layer. And next one is your edge computing layer that works as an edge or near the device information collection. Actually, this edge computing, which refers to data being processed at the edge of the network instead of doing all that of instead of doing that all processing in the central cloud. Means what? It allows the data from IoT devices to be analyzed at the edge of the network before it has sent to the data center or to the cloud. Means it will convert into the prescribed format before sending it to the any further layer. जो भी जिसका means it refers process the data of network instead of doing all of that processing in the central cloud. अब cloud में ही वो data process होने से पहले ही it will process into its prescribed format and then it will send to the further storage into the cloud. So that's the main concern about this edge computing layer. I hope this and it has been get clear to you all. I'm trying to explain into the simple words only, guys. So now again the next point that comes, obviously the each and every technology has its own pros and cons. So here also that is the what are the advantages and disadvantages of IoT. So from the benefit point of view, we can say that it's the lead time processing, means it will take very much less time because all the devices it has been get connected with each other, that internet plays because of the internet, the time that has been required, obviously it has been get faster as there is no manual task. Next one is accessibility and mobility. Means what? Anywhere, anytime, and any devices that if it has been get connected with the internet, obviously it can be accessed anytime and anywhere. Then yeah, that is again one of the next. Third one is the tracking ability. Means obviously with the help of it, just I take an example of the smartwatch. Obviously that is used for tracking and monitoring our whatever the health related issues. Means जो भी आपका activity है daily, that easily it can get monitored, and if it is goes beyond the normal range, obviously the alert and notification it gives us. And next one is the modern lifestyle. Because of the smart home, smart city, which are then nowadays and very much used, means the applications or in the healthcare. Because of such things, because of this, the modern lifestyle means obviously things has become changed, and it has been the things has been becomes an automatic. So obviously it will reduce our day-to-day task, manual task. So that's why it will definitely improve our lifestyle. Then again, the drawbacks, I cannot say it's the drawbacks, but it is an what are the challenging, where the challenges are facing. The most important here is called the major drawback about the security, because the security is the main concern of an individual. So that's why various encryption and decryption techniques it has been used. So the more and more work it means the challenge is about security. So how we can protect our data. So that's the main concern. Next one is your personal privacy, again related to our security. Then the data massivity. Massivity means what? Means lot of data is available, so that we again this concept it might be the possible of hanging means mm, what you can say, that the data might be uh, what you can say, that might be happened because garbage values or something like that, or gives any error, or the miss जो data hai, it can comes into the wrong format, or the such kind of the things, because of the attacks of the various malicious softwares and all. Because of that, so that is again the important concept. Data massivity means obviously it requires the more storage space on the servers, which are not servers. So obviously that is the main issue again. And the last one is the environmental issue. Environmental issues means if the climate get changed, or the if the environment might be changing frequently. So obviously there might be, it might happen that it collects there is a huge difference whatever the data it has been get collected. So obviously it will create, means the collection means the values, or the values may get changed frequently whatever the data you are collecting, and because of that it will become difficult to analyze or to take the further decisions. Obviously that whatever the data we had collected, we need to analyze so that we can do the further decisions. So obviously it will create an issues if suppose the data it has been get changing frequently. Okay, so these, or if it might be happen if some sensors or some is not working might be properly, obviously then it will collect the wrong data. So obviously it will um, create the further consequences. So this is about the some benefits and drawbacks about the IoT. Yeah, now next important concept of this is embedded system. In the starting only I told you about an embedded system. An embedded system is nothing but the basic electronic devices that has been required uh, for building the IoT, what you can say, the IoT applications, or whatever the IoT um, devices. So an embedded device system generally runs as a single application. However, these devices can connect through the internet connection and able to communicate through other network. Right. Sorry. So what are those? So what are those devices here in the diagram? You people are you can able to see that it consists the main embedded system, the which has been get connected to the peripheral devices and to the local network. Then again it has been get connected to the internet and the other devices. So these are the major things that has been where the embedded systems has been interacting. So here the first thing is embedded system is where we can see that with the help of the that includes your connectivity, that is the local connectivity that can be for the devices which we have the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Ethernet, or the Zigbee. These are nothing but the you can say the communication protocols, whereas the peripheral devices that can be your sensors, actuators and drivers, means that will collect the data. Obviously it has been get passed to the embedded system where it will process that data. Okay, it will process, and obviously it has been get connected to the local network, which is our which can be your LAN, WAN or MAN, and that data obviously it has been get connected to the internet, and there's other devices, mean it has been get connected to the other servers or the other machines, so that they can also retrieve that this data whatever it has been get collected. So these are the basic you can say the uh, electronics, or it is the system that has been required. With the help of these devices we are collecting that data, and we are processing that data for the collecting that data for the further operations. So now continue with this, that is the what are the hardware that has been required for this. So embedded system hardware, the in the previous diagram we can able to see the more into detail it has been given. So obviously in the embedded system it requires, see here we can see that the embedded system is nothing but it has one microcontroller, right? So that can be your 8051, here it has been given, or at make 168. So these are the types of the example it has been given, that kind of the microcontroller. Obviously it has required, means it has been get connected to the controllers and notifications, whereas the collecting the inputs in the form of sensors. So here the sensors it has been given, means what are the inputs that is be required. If it is been wireless agar kuch rahega, with the help of the sensor it is, so that can be a humidity, temperature, light, ultrasound, gyroscope. Or else if you are manually agar kuch rahega, to with the help of the switch, keypad or the timer, that is also kind of the input where we where we are providing to the microcontroller. Then obviously microcontroller has its memory. So obviously the memory के लिए क्या होता है, means that can be a devices like RFID or the GSM, and it is having the controllers. Yeah, controllers means what are the various controller other devices which are the actuators. Then we have the relays, switches and PWM, pulse width modulation, and for the notification purpose we have the LED or the buzzer that gives us an alertness by glowing the LED or by sounding the buzzer. So these are the notification devices. Then the controllers, which are nothing but the actuators, and obviously all it has been operated by your microcontroller. And the next is the, again it's the display unit. If it does have the display unit, that is nothing but the output, that can be a 7-segment LED, 7-segment display. Then we have the LCD and the graphics display also. So these are the basic system, embedded system, or the type of microprocessor where this contain an integrated IC. तो वो एक जो हम लोग IC दिखते हैं, जो various microcontroller boards or the things, it has been, means these are the various components or the devices that has been built inside only. So this is the essential device components and system architecture which are given, which are shown in the diagram. I hope you had understand. With the help of the diagram, it's really very easy. By looking the diagram, you people can easily identify what the exactly function of each and every units. So here this so it's really easy on these are the necessary units that has been related to your microcontroller. So now again the basic main thing is where the IoT it has been used. What are the various applications? As I told you in the beginning only, IoT is nowadays in each and every sector it is being used. That can be your home, that can be your transport, which is a logistic, that can be your health. In the most of the health in healthcare system, mostly it has been used nowadays. Then again in the form of building infrastructure, and in the cities also by making, which is the concept nowadays called as a smart city. So in these various sectors the IoT has achieved a lot, and again it is booming more and more innovations it has been are coming and it has been get developed. So we are looking the just about the IoT application. Yeah, here the application types. First one is here the various applications are given. First one is the connected cars. Obviously, the IoT helps automobile companies to handle billing, parking, insurance, and other related stuff easily. Means how we can billing, how we can do the parking, which is called as a smart parking. You can say obviously whenever you reach to the any commercial or to commercial places like malls or the any other hotels or what something, so which consists the smart parking, obviously you'll come to know where to park and how means automatically it will show the way, means whether the parking is available or not, and if it is not, then within how much time it will get done. And so these are the things means are the that can be used. Then again the insurance means it will come to the notifications that it will give an alert whether the insurance is running out, means we need to renew the insurance, or whether it will give an alert if it is near to the expire. So such kind of the things can be means so such kind of the applications can be handled properly. Next one is the activity tracker. Yes, this is also one of the important um, what you can say we had experience in our daily life. Just not told us smartwatches, wearable smartwatches. So obviously it will help you to capture the various that is the heart rate pattern, your calorie expenditure. Then it will help to track your daily activities, and again your skin temperature on your wrist, means you can monitor your temperature also. So obviously there is again one of the application. Then we have the smart outlets. Smart outlets means remotely turn any device on and off. It allows you to track your device energy level and get custom notification directly on your smartphone, so that you can able to know what's the exactly means to track the activity of that device. So that's the main thing about the smart outlet. And we have the parking sensors it has been related to a connecting car. Obviously whenever the helps to identify the real-time availability of the parking spaces on their phone. And then again one thing is that it automatically whenever they enter to the into that parking zone, so automatically the amount will be get deducted whatever जो उसका pay and park रहेगा तो. So such kind of the things it can be means happen. This is the uh, about the smart sensor. Then we have the connect health. The concept of connected healthcare system facilitates the real-time health monitoring and the patient care. Mostly it has been mostly used in the hospitals, where the doctor would able to find out what kind of the prescription, what kind of the treatment he needs to give, or in case of any emergency. So such kind of the things are related to your connect health. It also helps to improve the medical decision making based on the patient data. Means by monitoring or tracking his activity of the patient, the doctor will able to analyze what's he need to do in means what the further decisions he needs to take. Then we have the smart city. Nowadays the smart city concept it has been mostly used in the various as we have the cities where continuous development is going on, and obviously that it is called as the smart city, which offers all the types of use cases, which includes your traffic management to the water distribution and the waste management. So there are a lot of things that with the help of this we can uh, manage this various resources, that is your trafficking, that can be a water or that can be a waste management. And last one is your home, smart home. Obviously these all we have experience in which smart homes means automatically you can if you are nearby to your home, with the help of the mobile you can give the instruction, you can switch on your AC, you can order the means whenever you reach into the home, you can set the timer also, you can set the microwave also if you want to eat something. अगर आपको कुछ खाना है या whatever जो भी है, आपने अगर माइक्रोवेव में कुछ रखा है, and if you want make it as a means अगर उसको आपको गर्म करना है, so obviously all these are the things that we can manage with the help of the mobile, so that that makes your task very much easier. The smart home encapsulate the connectivity inside your home. It includes smoke detector, home appliances, light tubes, windows, doors, locks, etc. Obviously, when if someone is not in the room, automatically we can turn off the lights. If then we have the automatic windows also, as per the sunlight or whatever the things that the curtains may go up and it may uh, comes down also, or it might be so that we can manage that things. Okay, so these are the various activities that has been related with our smart homes. So this is about the applications, but more into if you want into the more how this application it has been get used and how it has been what's the best scenario that how it has been mostly used. So obviously these are the reference video which I am suggesting you guys. Please it is available on the link I am being provided is available on the YouTube. The link it has been get provided means जैसे healthcare में how IoT is used in the healthcare system and how it is how it is benefiting to them. So obviously you just it is beautifully explained in this short video. These are very short videos, not more than 5 minutes, but it will definitely able to help you to understand the concept and its application, that how healthcare, that how IoT helps into the healthcare system, then how IoT is beneficial for the farmer also in the agriculture system, and how it has been most IoT devices used in the supply chain management, that is in the logistic, how we able to track our order or what are the things nowadays that because of this online this purchasing or in the e-commerce, the logistics plays very important role, right from ordering or tracking to your order. We must able we are able to track the order from where it has reached, where it came from, where it has reached, by whom it has been delivered and all this. Also all these things that comes means how means IoT had each and every field. It has means it has achieved a place in each and every sector. So these are the certain I just mentioned over the three videos only, means three application videos. There are a lot of videos you will able to find, but these are the best videos. So I just suggest you go through this video. You will definitely going to understand how how the IoT it has been used. So finally, I conclude about this Internet of Things has evolving ever since it started its journey few years back. As we discussed that obviously it has gained the popularity within a short amount of time, where the new technologies and protocols joins the IoT ecosystem to make it more accessible, cost effective, energy efficient, and most importantly secure. So these are the things with the help of the IoT that becomes more accessible and most that is the cost efficient and obviously an energy efficient. So we will be the witness, obviously we are going to be a witness of the continuous development in IoT due to the huge demand in the different sectors. As I told you, IoT has got its place in or here achieved the place in each and every domain or in the sectors. So definitely IoT is the what you can say is a it will be in the continuous development and it's the future of our coming decade. So by this node I stop or whatever that means. That's all from my side. So if you have any query, just feel free to ask. Obviously my mail ID it has been given in my slide, first slide only, Manish Bhelande or manish.bhelande@sakik.ac.in. So if you have any queries, so just feel free to ask, you can email me. So that's all from my end. Thank you guys. So Thank you. Stay home and stay safe and happy learning. Thank you. And these are the references. So you can refer these references so you get an information about this, whatever we had discussed. Okay. Thank you guys.